Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. I'm off. I was off yesterday. I was able to look at Batman vs Superman again. Actually, twice in one day. I'll get into that. And then today I'm off, and I'm going to definitely go to Virginia Beach, hang some time with family and friends. I'm just going to enjoy life, you know what I'm saying? It's an awesome time to be a comic book fan and nerd in general. We've been so serious. Why so serious? But this might be a video that might make things worse or better. I'm not really sure. I'm conflicted on whether or not I was going to do this. But either way, there are going to be certain things I'm going to mention in this one. They're not necessarily direct spoilers, but tread carefully. If you've not seen Batman vs Superman, be really careful. Because what I'm going to be doing, this video in and of itself, I'm actually going to have you can see that little circle thing right here. It's going to be a poll. Basically what the poll is going to be is if I'm gonna line it up from 5 different sections. One is love the movie. Next is gonna be like the movie. Next is gonna be was okay, disliked, and then hated. Okay? Because what I've been seeing is a lot of numbers thrown around, but nobody has been finite whether or not they really liked it, they loved it, it was okay. I think that that's a better metric versus trying to give this a grade or trying to give this a number. I think that makes things a little bit more plausible for people that are on the fence that haven't seen the movie yet. So, as a person that actually loved the movie, I was like, I don't want to be just biased. So what I did a series of different interviews with some of my friends and some people that I never met. And it was really interesting getting their perspective on the movie because they had different outtakes and nudges from it. Some of them that didn't want to go to it, some of them that had really low expectations of it. And I think that you're going to actually find this is pretty interesting. One thing I will say in a little bit is some references that I did pick up second time around watching it. So take a look at some of these interesting interviews, and then at the end I'm going to give you my final thoughts of the movie and some things that I picked up on, and then I'll leave right here in the column for you to be able to put up in the poll whether or not you liked it, whether you hated it, whether you thought it was okay, whether you loved it, whatever. So hold that thought. Here this is right now. About a movie, man.
It's crazy, man. It was. I didn't go into it with low expectations, but I'm gonna let everybody else check it out because it was just wild.
There was a lot going on. So will you look at it again?
Yeah, heck yeah. I watched it another 4 or 5 times like you.
All right, you went in with zero expectations. You never looked at any trailers. Did it at least make you feel like it was a decent movie?
Yeah, it was a great movie actually.
All right, so you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know about watching it multiple times, but definitely a second time. I'll probably watch it again.
What about the DC universe? What do you feel like they're going to move towards? Are you excited where they're going to go with the next?
Oh yeah, this movie left a lot of possibilities for upcoming movies. So yeah, that looks really exciting.
Yeah. Well, you heard it first, y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Alright, here, just checking out the third time viewing. Got the man Dan here.
It's
so,
great.
what are your thoughts of this movie coming out of it?
Yo, man, it was alright, dude. I can understand why people hated on it, but me personally, Sam said, the audience and everything, I wasn't too much of a cynical and I'm too much of a purist. Like I said, 6 different versions of Superman and Batman in one. People can get annoyed by it, but I could care less. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
And that's the 4th person that's checked it out. I have one other person I was gonna ask, but I don't know if I'm asking. But I loved it. I'll tell y'all soon. Woo! All right. So, Batman vs Superman. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Did you like it? You thought you disliked it? Was it okay? Go click that right now. We're going to do this little bitty form. From my understanding, listen to other people. I've heard some people go as far as saying Batman vs Superman is comparable to Spider-Man 3. And one of the specific people I'll leave in the comment section, or maybe not a comment section. I'm not want to shoot them out. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that. I did want to do it, but I was like, they had said this was as bad as Batman and Robin. And I was like, really? Anyway, then I've heard people say this is better or it's not the best comic book movie of all time. When I first came out of the movie, I definitely can say I love the ballsiness of this movie. I love the aesthetic of it, the visual immersion of it. I think that there were some different interesting pacing changes that could have been nutted and edited a lot better. I will say that. Just looking at it again, I can definitely say that's true. But from my understanding, looking at what I've read about the director's cut is the full, well-rounded version of it. And I'm not sure why Zack Snyder could put that out. I'm not sure if Warner Bros. Wanted to make it makeshift to be able to nurse certain thing in. A lot of people had issues with, for instance, like the Easter eggs or the different propositions of new heroes to come or the cameos. People had issues with that because normal convention for Marvel movies is that they put at the end of it, and whatever reason, DC wanted to be different in the trend and not just a darker tone, not just a more serious tone, less lighthearted, but also they wanted to add in sprinkles of cameos throughout. And I actually thought that was a different nudge. Because the reason why they did the cameos wasn't just to promote, it was to make something motivated. Like certain things that Batman looked at, things that happened from a cameo standpoint that pushed him into this interaction. And so for me personally, like I said, I give the movie still 8.5 out of 10. For me as a comic book fan, I really liked it in that regard. And I think that most people that are a fan of the franchise or just the mythos of Batman universe or even just the universe, they're really going to love this movie. They think they're going to probably give it like a B or if not maybe a possible A. Most people that are movie-generated fans that don't feel as though this movie can stand up on its own, if you've not seen Man of Steel, if you've not known the reference material, they're going to pick this movie apart, to be quite honest with you, because from their standpoint, it's just this, awesome, this, and it's too much for them to be able to ingest. But what I can do for some of y'all that are on that side of the spectrum is give you some interesting reads. Even if you've seen the movie, you've already given a rating or you've already given a review, check out comics like The Dark Knight Returns. Man, what's the other one I can't say, but Flashpoint. And there's a third one that is probably the biggest, if you know what I'm talking about. This is the biggest superhero graphic novel that ever came out. The depth of, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, those are some of the things that, like I said, are great comics that this movie pulls into one and has the balls enough to push it out to the mass public. And I think that from that regard, I can definitely respect them for being able to do that. It comes disjointed in certain standpoints, but the more I watched the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, like this one thing that I saw about this cameo, it makes so much more sense. There's one moment where a lot of people have problems with, you know, Batman using weapons in this movie. Batman uses weapons, yes. Yes, he uses, he's really brutal. Oh my gosh. I think that, as a matter of fact, there's certain times where he definitely kills some people. And that can come off as really off-putting from the standpoint of people's perspective of Batman and Superman as being on this high pedestal instead of being just men, you know. And that's a parody in and of itself, because that's what this movie tries to disintegrate to you, is that they are just men trying to make a difference, and they do get something as a metamorphosis out of it. And I think that the actions that Batman does in this one is not going to carry on to the next one. I think that Justice League is going to be a lot lighter based on the way they ended this one. But I just really want to know, from a poll standpoint, let me know, what did y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Like, did y'all enjoy the movie? Like, was it that, you know, Rotten Tomatoes already put a bad taste in your mouth and you're just like, this has confirmed all this? What did you think about, like, Lex Luthor? Like, did you like his standpoint on how he played it out? I actually enjoyed it because it's a really difference. It was kind of a mixed shift between Michael Rosenbaum and Gene Hackman, and something that Jesse Eisenberg would just do from Social Network. But it really worked for me. I actually really enjoyed it. Some people just did not like it, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it entertained me. As a comic book nerd, I really enjoyed it. But the thing about me is I'm not just a DC nerd. I can't wait for Civil War. I can't wait for Doctor Strange. And so y'all know, you know what I'm saying, I'm a huge lover of comic books and films in general. But like I said, there are a lot of different things that could have made this movie a lot better, and they could have shoehorned a lot more, some of the things they put in. It becomes disjointed in certain standpoints. And I worry about the future of the franchise, if they will still in April make Justice League. If they do, there's nothing really for us to worry about. And if they make enough money, it's still not anything to worry about. But I really want to know, what are y'all thoughts? Please, like I said, in the polls, let me know. What did y'all think? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you think it was just okay? Did you dislike it? Did you hate it? You know what I'm saying? I'm really curious to see how many people actually really hated it versus liked it or disliked it. I'm really curious to see how many people on the fence. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I didn't want to keep it this long, but I did want to give really good references for people that did not understand my perspective on the review. And not just that, people that were kind of conflicted about going into this movie in general. But either way, I'm a fan of Batman vs. Superman. This is my third time watching it, and I don't know if I'm going to see it again, but I might go see it with my mother because I think she's a really lover of comic book movies. I think she's going to enjoy partially this. So go and take your family out if you've not seen the movie. If you have, let me know in the comment section below what y'all thought. JVS, we ain't going to stop. I'll talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Peace.